The opening scene of Gladiator is deceptively gentle. A single bird lands on a branch. Maximus smiles, a moment of profound peace. But as the camera pulls back, we see the brutal chaos of war all around him. Amidst the carnage, he chooses to focus on the bird. This simple choice is the core of our story. Our lives are not defined by the events that happen to us, but by how we choose to see them. For a man in Maximus's position, a successful general in the mighty Roman Empire, finding that glimpse of hope should be easy. Yet, his world is about to shatter. First, a quick disclaimer: while figures like Marcus Aurelius and Commodus were historically real, the narrative of this film is almost entirely fictional. For our analysis, treat these characters, despite their famous names, as entirely fictional entities. Our tale begins under the reign of Marcus Aurelius. Maximus, a proven general, has once again secured victory, earning the ultimate prize, the emperor's favor. Everyone rejoices, save for one man, Aurelius's own son, Commodus. Commodus is the polar opposite of Maximus. While Maximus earns respect on the battlefield, Commodus idles in the palace. Despite his lack of noble blood, Maximus is revered by the Roman people. Commodus, even as the emperor's son, is dismissed. Aurelius sees his son's inadequacy. Tradition demands the throne pass by blood, but Aurelius chooses Maximus, knowing his own son is unfit to rule. The moment this truth is spoken, Commodus murders his own father. He proclaims himself emperor, claiming his father died naturally, and demands Maximus swear loyalty to him. Maximus, a man sharp enough to deduce the truth, refuses to swear allegiance. Commodus orders the immediate execution of Maximus and his entire family. Maximus escapes his captors and races home, but he is too late. Commodus's soldiers have already committed the atrocity, brutally slaughtering his wife and son. After burying his family, a collapsed Maximus is captured by Proximo, a slave trader. Recognizing the general's formidable physique and military background, Proximo realizes this man can be a profitable gladiator. The motivation is simple: win all the battles and freedom will be his. Maximus enters the arena, fueled by the hope of one day achieving revenge on Commodus. The problem of suffering, Zeno and Stoicism. At the core of our story lies the problem of pain. The question that hangs over Maximus is constant. How does a person cope with such absolute tragedy? Maximus undergoes a transformation much like Zeno of Citium. Zeno, a wealthy merchant, lost nearly everything when his ship sank. Facing ruin, he turned to philosophy and founded Stoicism. Maximus's crisis is infinitely more tragic, losing not just status, but the people he loved. We will certainly discuss his philosophy and connection to Stoicism, but first, we must examine the man who inflicted this pain. Our antagonist, Commodus, the Cain complex. Let's consider Maximus and Commodus as brothers, because the film presents a clear metaphor. The emperor, their father or god figure, favors one Maximus while sidelining the other. Commodus resents this attention, his envy turning to rage against his father and the man he views as a rival sibling. This is a subtle retelling of the famous Abrahamic story of Cain and Abel. Both offer sacrifices to God. God accepts Abel's offering, but rejects Cain's. Abel becomes the favorite. Cain is perpetually overlooked. Consumed by jealousy, Cain murders his brother. The story demands a deeper question. Why did God reject Cain's offering? Because Cain lacked sincerity. Unlike Abel, Cain offered his sacrifice without the required diligence or genuine commitment. The Maximus-Commodus relationship mirrors this perfectly. Maximus earns the emperor's favor through battlefield sacrifice, facing death and losing soldiers. His sacrifice is real. Commodus's sacrifices are artificial and hollow. Note the words he says to his father after the war. Commodus technically offers a sacrifice too, but it is superficial compared to Maximus's true offering. Aurelius recognized this insincerity in his son, which is why he chose to entrust his empire to Maximus. Maximus lives life like a sincere devotee. The value at his center is Rome's destiny, not his own self. Commodus, conversely, mirrors the devil who envied humans created from earth while he was created from fire. But let's not miss this critical part about Commodus. His primary issue isn't Maximus, it's his father. He believed he was unloved by Aurelius from the beginning. Commodus was seeking his father's approval. and when he didn't receive it, a severe lack of communication grew between them. The developmental disorder and danger in his son meant Aurelius increasingly withdrew his affection. Reinforcing Commodus's feeling of inadequacy, his deep desire for his sister Lucilla stems from this familial void. She is the only person who can truly understand his mind. This is why, even after he knows she has betrayed him for Maximus, he cannot bring himself to kill her. Joaquin Phoenix, who played Commodus, would later portray the Joker. Both characters share a core similarity. They suffer from the anguish of being unseen and unaccepted. They seek validation by burning down the world around them. A child unadopted by his village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Applies to both. The desperate move, bread and circuses. Commodus is in crisis. He has murdered the father whose approval he craved, and the one person who understood him loves his rival. His solution? To win the love of the Roman masses. How does a failing emperor connect with the poor and the common people? He doesn't solve their problems. He chooses the easier path. Entertainment. He diverts their attention from poverty by flooding the arena with gladiator shows. Initially, it works. People love the organizer who entertains them. But Commodus failed to factor in one key variable: Maximus. The crowd might love the organizer, but they love the charismatic, powerful performer who provides the entertainment even more. Once Maximus enters the arena, killing him becomes politically impossible. Commodus's image is already unstable. Harming the crowd's hero would lead to his ultimate ruin. Trapped and failing at every turn with his father, his sister, and now the Roman plebeians, Commodus's mental collapse accelerates. He appears sleepless and drained in almost every scene. He is barely an antagonist. He is a broken boy man. He is the opposite of a truly formidable villain like Tywin Lannister, who is ruthless, clever, and commands respect. Commodus is fragile, avoids responsibility, and constantly seeks the easy fix. He is the child man. Maximus, the archetypal man. We love Maximus because he represents the complete man. According to texts on healthy masculinity, a man should embody 4 archetypes: the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. Maximus displays all 4. King. He is the general of his army, guiding and uniting his men. Warrior. He is aggressive when necessary, fighting fiercely and embracing risk. Magician. He shares Aurelius's interest in philosophy, possesses wisdom, and speaks like a true preacher, touching the souls of the people. Lover. He is a desirable figure, but his devotion is solely to his family. Even as a slave, Maximus continues to embody these roles. He earns Proximo's respect through his resilience. Warrior. He maintains his wisdom and guides others. Magician. He keeps the hope of reuniting with his family. Alive. Lover. We, the viewers, wonder how he remains so upright despite such tragedy. He mitigates his loss by believing he will join them in the afterlife. This contrasts sharply with the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who argued that one should not become overly attached, stating, "Don't say, 'I have lost it, but I have returned it.'" Maximus is drawn to the more human desire to mourn and seek eventual reunion. Placing him in opposition to the strict Stoic detachment, his transformation is marked by self-control. There is one persistent question. If Maximus despises Commodus so much, why does he hesitate to kill him in the arena when he has the chance? He even raises his spear, only to pull back at the last second. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The consequences of anger are far more grievous than its causes." Maximus is a strategist. He shifts his focus from personal revenge to a higher societal good, his responsibility to Rome. He realizes that killing Commodus must be an act of political restoration, not personal rage. We notice a ritual. Before every battle, Maximus touches the earth. Initially, we might think it's to get a better grip on his sword, but it is his character summary. He always longed to return home to farm and leave his general life behind. He touches the earth to remind himself that the bloodshed will end, and he will return to his true purpose. Proximo. The cynical, brutal slave trader is affected by Maximus's virtues. Proximo believed that power was synonymous with cruelty. Maximus shatters that worldview, demonstrating that one can be both powerful and virtuous. The film echoes Aurelius's words, "What we do in life echoes in eternity." Maximus honors Aurelius's virtues even after his death. His friend in the slave camp learns from him. Commodus may have killed Maximus's loved ones, but he could not kill their influence. They remain his source of strength and hope. This confirms a truth for us. Our impact on others extends far beyond our own lives. Despite Proximo's cynicism, we are more than shadow and dust. We hold the potential for lasting influence. And that, in the end, is the true power of Maximus.